Whenever you're ready.
My name is Dulce, and this is my senior project presentation. So while I was working on my senior project, I focused everything around the question of how can I teach the younger students in MLS Sign Language to create a more welcoming and open community. My presentation will run through things as to why I chose this project and what it means to me, my research, and what I got out of this project in the end. Why did I choose this project? ASL has recently become a big interest in my life. I wanted to teach the language, and as somebody that came into the Muslim community from a different place, and English is my first language, I know that the Muslim community will be willing to do whatever it needs to expand and make it a more welcoming place. What I hope to achieve from this, I chose this project because, with this project, I hope to open people's perceptions on the ASL language and community, just because I think a lot of people just don't think it's as common as it is. I remember how great it felt when someone at a store or at school at the time, and to show me that they knew the language that I spoke when I didn't know what was going on. A lot of the preparations I took started last year. For example, I volunteered to do one of the middle school words of wisdom announcements last year, which is that picture down there, and I talked about courage and stuff. And then I did this documentary, Signs of Silence, which was nominated for a couple of awards. And then my lessons that I made this year, where I talked about the alphabet and stuff. My mentors was Miss Manion. She helped me with the editing portions of my videos and the ideas and stuff. And then Michelle Huda, who was an ASL translator who was in my documentary last year. She helped me a lot with telling me what I should include in my videos. Planning for the project. My plan was to create video lessons to teach basic ASL to the students in the elementary and middle school. For both schools, I needed to contact the principals, and for the middle school specifically, the teachers, just because their schedules are so different. When I spoke with Mrs. Django, she explained that every morning they have morning announcements where all the kids are together, and it was much easier than in middle school. My research, I researched different types of instructional videos and the way that kids learn best, and I wanted to make sure that I combine these two, just because I wanted the videos to keep the kids' attention for the entirety of the contest. I also researched the history on ASL and interesting facts that I could tell the kids while I was actually in their classrooms, and the basic parts of sign language that I thought would be most useful when they came in contact with somebody in the deaf community. For approval, again, I talked to Mr. Glenn, which is the principal from the middle school, and that's where he suggested I work with the middle school students in their WIN periods, their what I need blogs. I also spoke with Ms. Django, and she told me about the morning announcements in the auditorium. Planning with the elementary school was easier since they would all be together in one spot. I also had to work with Mr. Cardo, Ms. Canreggie, and Ms. Monahan, because those are the teachers that I chose to teach in their classrooms. When it came to actually presenting, I had to get up there and I gave the students a little introduction about myself and what got me into learning sign language, which was when I started working at a supermarket last year. I saw there was two frequent customers that were deaf, and I realized that the face coverings due to the pandemic made it more challenging, since facial expressions in sign language is a big part of communication. Then I showed them my videos, and that was as a class together. And then I broke them up into groups, and they had the videos present to them on their devices that they could go over while they were practicing with their friends. My videos, I wanted to make sure that they weren't too long, they were short and quick to the point. In order to make the signs easier to follow, I wanted to make sure that each sign had a front and side view. So in this picture, you can see the sign for the letter D is from front and side, and in the video, that goes on for every letter. I just wanted to make sure that the kids could follow it, and it seemed to really help them. I think my project connects to the core values and beliefs just because it talks about, in the snippet, it talks about how the community is willing to support all of its students and wanting to make it a more inclusive place. I know that the Dulce community would do the best that it can if a deaf student joined our family one day in the future, but I think we should be doing something now to be prepared for when they do come. What my project looks like now, all my videos are edited, some of them are presented already, and I think my idea was well heard about through the middle and elementary school and even high school. So I know Ms. Mannion was very excited when I came up with the idea last year and this year. My successes, I believe the content in my videos was strong and instructional. My connections as well. I met Michelle last year and she helped me a lot, and she helped me a lot this year with the ideas as to what I should teach the students so it would be easier for them to learn. My failures or obstacles, time management was definitely something I need to work on. Procrastination kept me back. I had a plan to have 8 videos spanned over March and April, but that didn't happen. So scheduling and time management was something I needed to work on. In that email, you can see Ms. Jango was telling me in the span of when I needed to show her the videos, she would only be able to show 2 of them. What I got out of this project, I learned how to work with other people and their schedules. Video creations, I've never really made an instructional video before, so this really helped me. I also found a new side of myself. A lot of people have mentioned it to me that I seem like a very helping person, and I just got to see that, showing the kids just what they can do with extra time in their hands. My thank yous, I wanted to thank Ms. Mannion for the ideas and editing and how to manage the kids, Mr. Carter for encouraging me to work on the project, Ms. Jango for talking me through how long the videos had to be for the elementary school, how to email them to her, connections, Mr. Glenn, who is not there, for connecting me with the middle school teachers and giving me the ideas of the Win blogs, Mrs. Kenraji, Mrs. Cardo, and Monahan for letting me use their Win periods, which is their extra time with their students, to let me go in and show them my videos. Any questions?